We gotta clap so that we can sync the audio up.
Yeah.
All right, we're rolling.
Let's go, baby.
What is up, guys? You are currently listening to Paranoid in My Paradise.
I'm Sam Faruqi, founder and creative director of Reverse the V. Alongside are my co-hosts.
Jeremy Ritchie, the multi-tool. I just come around here and do what needs to be done. That's what it is.
And I'm Brooke. I love pickles. I'm just kidding. That's from the first time. Everybody still talks about that. They're like, oh, pickles. Anyway, basically, guys, our podcast here, we have Simon and I usually have our friends over, and we usually talk about our motivations, aspirations, life, pop culture, fashion, anything that we really want to talk about. So, without further ado, let's get on to our guest introduction here.
All right, let's do this. Today we have a very friendly, positive, interesting man. He enjoys friends, family, building memories. He loves the gym, golf, tennis. He has modeled as well. You know, just a multi-tool. Austin.
Multi-tool too.
Yeah.
Who?
Austin Aichele.
Austin
Has to
Aichele.
pronounce his own name.
Yeah, but yeah, no, Austin Aichele, everyone.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it, guys.
Hell yeah.
It's a good one
Hell
today,
yeah.
man. Seeing you at the
Exactly.
gym every day, it's fantastic.
Hey, we're putting in the grind, man.
Absolutely.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
Absolutely.
All right, just to give you a little bit of a rundown to everyone sitting in the room, everybody listening, this episode's kind of just a little bit questions about life and here and there, and, you know, just a little bit of different aspects from each of us. So
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah,
let's get into it.
All right, let's jump in.
All right,
Who's first?
Austin. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I have a question for you, and this is only for you. Nobody else gets to answer, okay?
Okay.
Would you rather win the lottery or have a perfect job, and why?
Ooh.
That's a really good question. Damn. To be honest, I feel like the perfect job would be more ideal than winning the lottery. I don't know. Just from like growing up, I've always just been like someone that needs to work hard. Like I always had to earn everything. So I feel like winning the lottery would just kind of feel like cheating. You know what I mean? So I'd probably say perfect job over the lottery. I mean, you might not make as much, but at least you're in control of what you're making versus just the lottery.
Oh, yeah.
And some people, oh gosh, man, some people win the lottery. It's like if you've never had to earn something and you've never had money in your entire life, it's that people who win the lottery, they blow through it so fast. Is because
So quick.
before that, they never knew how to control their money any other way. Before that, they didn't have loads of money, right? So it just goes and goes and goes. Like sometimes it really is like the rich man just get richer because rich people are smart with the money.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're right.
It's like they blow it as fast as they get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't winning the lottery is like a perfect job is essentially winning the lottery
Damn,
way.
it can be.
in a way, right? Yeah. I mean, winning the lottery, it's just you get instant gratification and then what?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing.
But
Yeah.
when you work, you're in control, like you said. That's something that you develop and put time towards and continue to strive for your entire life.
There's purpose behind it too. You know what I mean? Like when you
Yes.
win the lottery, it's kind of like just like a, I don't know. There's a potential void that you're still lacking. So you just like you earn the money or like you get the money and it's like, yeah, that's sick. Like you can't go wrong. But I mean, at the end of the day, we also live in Canada, which is sick. So like you can make as much as you want.
Can
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you just got to play the system a bit. And
There you go.
Yes, you can. I don't know if that's right or wrong.
I'm in the room, bro. Why are you saying that?
Twisted business.
Yeah, no. I mean, because the thing is, when you have a perfect job, first of all, we got to define what a perfect job is, right? And when I was
That's a good point.
researching what a perfect job is, it basically is, it needs to have great growth, good salary, a great boss. There needs to be good job duties as well as great working environment, right?
Yeah.
And if you have that, I think, like I said, you have won the lottery because you need money for financial freedom, and that's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, money does not matter
Yeah.
Yeah.
in a way, right?
I'm going to tell you like this. If I won the lottery, I'd go back and work at the golf course, bro. Being out in the sun 8 hours a day, bro. mowing grass. You can't tell
go
me
wrong.
that's a good, in my eyes, that's something I love. Like,
If I won the lottery, y'all would never see me again.
Where would you go?
kidding.
Where would you go?
You know what? That's a very great question. I would probably go
Hawaii.
post up in Hawaii.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Or, yeah, sure. We'll call it that.
What
Can't
would
go wrong
you
with
do
beaches.
if you won the lottery?
To be honest, I'd
I donate
invest.
to charity.
I'd invest. I'd probably start a bunch of startups just because it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, I like business. I think it's fun.
Yeah, same.
Like, you're trial and erroring something that might be worth being in the marketplace, right? So, I mean,
Yeah.
whether that's being a niche, whether that's being a network, a platform, whatever that might look like. If you have so much money from the lottery, you know what I mean? Like, the options are limitless.
Yeah, just
So-
even becoming an angel investors, you can
Yeah.
make so much money off that.
find the right
Yeah.
one.
Right.
I think you got to serve the market. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not only just about like actually investing just to make money. It's the idea that, like, if you see something that you believe in, you know that you have the funds that you can go through and actually just provide for that company to grow. And that's cool.
As well as you're helping someone else's dream come true.
Exactly.
Too, which is super fulfilling.
Yeah.
in a
Absolutely.
way. Yeah.
You.
Yeah. No.
Dream fulfillers. Oh, what is that I hear? Dreamers of life. Oh,
Yeah.
There we go.
What does that stand for? What does that tell me? Someone tell me right now.
Dreamers
Go,
of
Austin.
I have no idea.
Revers de vie.
I'm so bad. Oh no. I'm so sorry, bro. You put me on the spot like that, man.
I don't think you
Why
knew
would
what
you
were
do that?
talking about. I was.
Yeah,
I, used to
I
like, what?
had no idea. I was like,
It's okay.
It means something though.
Yeah, no, but that's a great just connection in general.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we got connections. Zoop, zoop, zap, zap
Exactly.
everywhere.
Yeah.
What's your biggest fear?
If you don't mind us asking, of course.
Oh yeah, man, absolutely.
No,
Open
we're not
book.
getting this.
Open book, man. I also
kidding.
think it'd be really weird if I was just like, I'm not going to answer that question.
I declined the question.
I respectfully
My lawyer told me to sit here and not say.
This is gonna be
I
a
plead
free
the
flowing
fifth.
podcast. We'll talk about anything and everything. Dude, I'm so game. So, like, what's your worst fear?
I'm so game.
Bruh. Not that though. Not that though.
Yeah.
Worst fear is probably. Actually, I had it on my whiteboard. Like, I don't know if you guys ever do this, but like having like a dream board, vision board, where you have like all of your main focuses and things like that. I love those, and I think it's really important to put your fear in front of you, just as much as like the things that you want and your aspirations, because. A lot of the times, the dream won't actually move you forward. It's the nightmare. It's the nightmare that moves you forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for
I agree,
me,
yeah.
the fear is settling. Like just settling. Like you know what I mean? Like you get to the end of your life, whenever that might be, and you're just like, "What if?" Because you didn't take chances. You didn't. You know.
what
You
ifs are the
didn't move
riskiest,
forward on
though.
opportunities that were presented to you, and that just bothers the hell out of me, man.
Yeah.
Damn. I like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because I mean, you can, you know, you're 80 years old, right?
Yeah.
You're 80 years old, and now you're on your deathbed, and you're asking a question. Oh, when I was 24, what if
Yeah.
I don't know, I started a painting company?
Yeah, like
Or
whatever it is.
you know?
Yeah. Took the
Exactly.
chance on the girl. You know what I mean?
Right,
Anything
yeah.
like that,
The
man.
risk
Anything.
or lose the chance.
You gotta
Shoot
risk.
your shot at not just girls, everyone,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah,
Everything.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I think
Unless
it's
you're missing
universal.
a bed frame, then they won't take the chance.
Bro. That's facts, though. But yeah, that'd be absolutely worst fear.
That's really
100%.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. That's cool, man.
Ooh, spice.
That makes me just think. Like when you said that, I was saying, like, am I settling? Like in my mind, I'm like, no.
Like we got so much energy.
Yeah.
There's so much opportunity, especially in Canada. You know what I mean?
Canada.
Like, let's go.
Exactly, yeah. And we're so privileged, man, because I know a couple people who are above 30, and they're just they wish they had enough time
Yeah.
or as much energy as we do.
Yeah.
Because like if you're listening to this and you're I don't know, you're from between 16 to 26, like you gotta work your ass off no matter what you're doing. You just gotta fucking work. And I know it's so much easier said than done, but if you don't work in between those ages, I don't know when the fuck you will.
Yeah. It's like you gotta. I mean, I like the work as well. I think that's a big thing. I think a lot of people don't like to do the work right now. I don't know why, but it's like it's mandatory. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do the work. You got to provide a service of some sort to earn any type of income. It's like, you might as well.
I honestly think people have developed the comfort in that settling, right? Like, people are willing to settle and sit, and it's comfortable to them because they don't need to get outside their boundaries. They don't need to take that risk. And I think that's why a lot of people do, is because it's comforting to them, right?
Actually, something about like the comfortableness of it. We didn't get to it last podcast about, you know, we talked about a little bit about comfortability in life and why we stay comfortable. Yeah. But like Mitch and I were conversing a little bit about that and being like, does comfortability become codependence?
Damn,
That's deep.
no idea.
I think it goes along the lines of people become too comfortable, and then you're depending on whatever you're comfortable with, and everybody's just too scared to, you know, the comfort zone. You got to step out of that. Like, you can't be inside the box your entire life.
Everything great comes outside of your comfort zone.
Yes.
Like, you hear it all the time. You know what I mean? Like, everyone that's built a great company, everyone that's done kind of like anything significant or anything like that. They're always like, it's always outside of your comfort zone or the other side of your fear, things like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And we live in such a good time right now, based off of like all of the years of, I don't know, I guess like after the wars and all of that, you know what I mean? That we, like, strong people created really, really easy times and good times, and sometimes that equals just like weak people that don't want to move forward and that just enjoy the comfort level.
Exactly, yeah. Because like essentially the thing is, before I was asked this question a couple days ago, why is it that this is moving forward from this topic, but why is that everyone is suffering with mental health, and why can't people just man up? And because there was bigger problems back then. But what it actually is, or what I think at least it is, back then, you had to fight in wars, right? So that people didn't even have time to think about what was happening here, because
survival.
Exactly, it was survival.
Yeah.
Now, with the fucking time, like now that the time has changed, there's more problems. So blaming people that, you know, my dad fucking fought in war. Like, I'm just saying, he didn't, but but my basic point is that with time, problems arise, and
it's like the more time that you have to like go off of, you know, anything, you can create a problem. You know what I mean? Like, when you have so much time, you can just create random problems too. Not saying that like all of them are, you know, not valid or anything like that, but 100%. Like, we've got a lot of time.
Well, that's also the thing, right? If you're sitting, more problems are going to arise, and then they stack, right? And then you got this fucking massive mountain that you got to climb, but you're comfortable.
That you also might have created yourself too.
Yes.
Self-destruction.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Speak it. Let's go.
And I'm sure everybody's felt self-destructive at a time in their life. It's something that we all go through at a time where you have to you might have that moment where you think, what am I doing?
Yeah,
because this ain't working for me.
Yeah, it's like purpose. You know what I mean? Like, maybe during the war there was a lot more people that just like, you're fighting for your country. That's kind of, it's game over, but you're excited. Like, a lot of people that were in war, like, were excited to, because they were fighting for something that they believed in. Yeah,
and they stood for.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but now, I mean, now we just fight for different things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we just fight each other for.
we essentially fight for likes on Instagram, which is pathetic, but it is what it is.
It's that influence, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just here to have a fun time. That's it. You know what?
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah. If I can have if there's long time involved in there and it's a good time, count me in.
Oh, sign me up.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm trying to live,
but it's not.
Well, that's the thing. I back to what Brooks said about winning the lottery. That's a desirable option, as being like, see this life. I'm going to travel the world, meet new people, get experiences. That's my goal. I want to hear people's story all around the world, right?
Yeah.
So that's something that, yes, it takes money to do, but it's also something that's like, there's a freedom aspect in it where you're finding something new every day. And I think a lot of people say there's nothing new in my life. So why would I go for, why would I push forward and stuff? And that's a big problem I think we have right now.
Well, I think especially just in, the generation above us, that's a big problem, is because they already see themselves sitting in a space where they don't think that they can change things because of their age, because there's this new generation taking on a billion different things and stuff like that. And, it is kind of sad, because most likely the generation that is above us is not going to come out of that.
Yes. And to talk about that generational differences, right?
Yeah.
My dad is the generation above us, and he told. Is that
millennial?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a conversation with me the other day talking about how they hurt the world. His generation did in a way, because the baby boomers, which are his mom and dad, they, came in after the war, a time of great, everything going on and stuff like that, advancement and all this after the war. And then we go into the millennial period where it's a lull. Yeah. And then people start realizing, mental health becomes a thing.
Shit's fucked up.
It starts getting to the point where people are like, I
Quavo hype man over there.
Right?
Yeah.
So then they relate to us more in a sense than they related to their own parents. Their parents didn't understand them. The boomers didn't understand millennials, but millennials kind of have this more, we're Gen Z, right?
Yeah, and Gen Z's out here, we're working, man. We're putting in the time, and it's good.
We gotta turn the ship around,
Yeah. Someone
been
fucked
sinking
up
for a long time. We've been on a sinking ship for a long time.
We're on our way back to great times.
Exactly,
We're on our way back to great times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make America
We're gonna
great
be
again.
partying like it's 1999.
Oh God,
Give me that red hat.
but yeah, no. Great point that Jeremy has brought. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're smart.
Thank you, Brookie.
Boy, genius.
Thank you,
Boy,
guys.
genius.
Yeah, we're gonna ask some questions of human nature.
Yeah.
Human nature. Okay, guys.
Cool.
First
All right,
question coming
into
at
it.
you guys, not them. Anyway, okay.
Or you can answer it in the comments, and we'll appreciate so much.
We will.
We'll love to have a discussion.
Yeah.
100%.
Love discussions.
Exactly.
Our first question is, why do we want to be loved by others? And why do people want it badly?
Human nature.
Human nature. Well, that's what I mean.
That's valid.
That's another part of it is we always talk about our humans. It's literally human nature to want to be validated.
Exactly.
It is literally human nature to want a connection with someone. It is human nature to want to feel, something more than what you feel alone or regularly, right? And I think I can't really answer this personally because right now I don't want to be loved. Anyway, but why would I want to be loved by someone else? Because they're.
But what's your definition of love right there? Just out of curiosity, is that like a relationship with somebody, or is
That's a
that
good
with like
different points?
There's
okay, I love my friends.
Let's put this in a relationship, like a romantic type of context.
The question itself. Okay, all right.
Like love, like real. Because I love you guys. I love you guys so much. But what does it really mean to be integrated with somebody else?
Okay.
And why do we want it badly? Why do we want that?
I think it's the just biological drive at the end of the day that we as a species legit need it to continue.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then there's legacy involved as well.
Animals do it too. Well, we're an animal, but
Yeah. Legacy, if you think about it, at the end of the day, you want to do something great with your personal life, you want to do something great with your partner, and then you want to, instill that into future generations, which is all based out of love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, love just doesn't come from a person. It can come from different things,
No, yeah, but yes, no, you're absolutely right. But in the romantic context,
okay.
In a sense, I think something that we're all trying to find one day is when you meet someone that you fall in love with or anything like that, there is a sense of fearlessness and support that goes into that. That's very different from the support that you receive from someone like your parents when you're a kid. Mm-hmm. It's more of a support that a growth in a way where you are growing with someone to conquer something that's at the top of that mountain. I think it's easier for us in life to be with someone as we go through our trials and tribulations than to be alone climbing that mountain.
Except
Agreed.
for
Well, it's like-
at the ages of 12 to about till you graduate.
Yes.
Don't get in a relationship. Don't do it.
If you do, it's just considered cute, and
strongly
it probably
advise
won't last
against.
very long. Let's be honest.
Or it will and you'll get stuck.
Because I agree with you. The trials and
High school
tribulations, the trials and tribulations of life is, you would want someone to be your rock in that. But for the sense of somebody who is still in high school, don't fucking do that because you're still learning who you are. You do not know what you want. You don't know where you want to go. Maybe you do, and that's great. But there's so many things that you're going to learn about yourself going into your 20s that you never knew, right?
Yes, 100%.
I just want to say one thing. Sometimes people want to be loved because they can't love themselves.
Yeah,
true.
absolutely.
Yeah, that can be dangerous too, though.
Exactly.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
And
If you're trying to fill a void in that sense, it's like that's
Don't do
dangerous.
that. That's
you gotta
dangerous.
come from a place of like just I don't know. Like you're your own rock in a way.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
And-
you're doing things for you. You're doing you're moving forward. You got your dreams. You got your aspirations. You're moving forward. You like yourself. You like who you are. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like,
Yeah.
I like you, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're going after. You're doing
Yeah.
the hard things that like no one else wants to do. Like you hype yourself up. Like I hype myself up every single morning. It's great.
Yeah, and
got
you
it.
have to. Exactly. Jeremy said it right. You have to.
Yeah.
Because essentially, I think I've mentioned this before. If you don't like yourself, how can you expect someone else to?
And
like
how can you,
mentioned
if you
that
don't like
before
yourself,
I
how can you?
mentioned that.
If you don't love yourself though, you also can't love other people.
Yes.
Like that's a
Yeah.
fact. You can't love other people if you don't like
tough
yourself.
too.
How the hell are you going to love someone else if you
You don't
can't
love
love yourself?
Damn.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Quote that.
Quote that. That's RuPaul's Drag Race, actually.
Yeah.
Shout out RuPaul. But
It stems from yes, we grow up in households and everybody's got a different family story, but usually at some point in our lives, whether it's our parents, sometimes it isn't our parents, but we are able to see what true love is in a sense and what it means.
Like it's
to
modeled
us.
for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't think true love, people in high school, people think true love like, oh, you meet someone, I'm gonna be with this person forever.
Yeah. Lust.
Oh my God. Like,
In other words.
you got all these hormones and stuff that are telling you, yes, do it. And I think,
It's infatuation.
what love comes down to though is it's a partnership at its truest form, where you work with the weaknesses and strengths and you combine them to be something that will get you through the next chapter. You know what I mean?
I like that you said partnership too, because you're committing to one person on purpose.
it's you guys
intentionally.
versus the world, not
Yeah.
versus each other.
Exactly.
And it turns into each other at times.
It can.
Yeah.
And you got to give each other the classic saying 50-50?
Yeah.
It's always a losing game. That's immediately a losing game. You got to give it 100-100.
Yes.
Each person got to everybody has to come to the table giving it everything.
Yeah.
And
I
then
agree.
that's where you see stuff typically flourish. I mean, if you're not right for each other, you're not right for each other. There's that too. But once I heard if you give each other 100%, everything changes because you're not keeping score.
Yeah.
Keeping scores of,
Bad thing.
It's a losing game.
Yeah.
It's a losing game.
manipulation, toxicity.
Yeah,
All that.
you got to give. You got to you just want if you love this person. For me, Will Smith said this. He's like, love is just a deep sense of caring for somebody. I was like, yeah, all right. I can go with that. It's just a deep sense of you immediately
go
care
with
about what their aspirations are, what their goals are. You're their hype man, your hype woman. You know what I mean? It's just you're there to support them regardless of the situation.
Absolutely.
I think a lot
people
of people
want that.
Sorry, I'm
Go for it.
But I think a lot of people think love as this, perfect thing, but it's really not.
Movies.
Nothing is.
Exactly, yeah. Especially back when, because you don't, kids in high school, they haven't experienced much, right? They think, I'm going to be with that person forever.
They watched The
Amen.
Notebook, bro.
I know.
I haven't watched that yet, actually.
I
haven't watched that yet.
I watched Notebook as well, and
That makes you cry.
You kiss someone in the rain, you think they're with them forever,
exactly.
regardless.
Fuck.
And it's really not that. Honestly speaking, you were gonna fight with your partner you know, and you have to cooperate with them. It's not just my way or highway kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's fucking hard, but you know, it is what it is.
Choose your heart, I guess, right?
Yeah. Do you guys think of that though? Do you ever look at an impact in your life that you think exemplifies love in a way? Like it's not my parents, but it, you know, for me, it's a different.
Let's answer that in a tangent off of do soulmates exist?
Yeah. No. In my opinion, no.
I think soulmates exist.
I
Romantically,
tend to as well.
no. Do yes,
Wait.
I think soulmates can exist in multiple ways. It doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't have to be your mom or dad. It doesn't have to be, you know, this. But like, to me, in the way I've experienced things, is that absolutely soulmates exist, because there is someone in this world that, you know, it sucks being 4 hours away from each other, but if something ever happened to this girl, if something were to go wrong in my entire life, like, I've pinned it off of that, my friendship with this person and the way that we are together and things like that, she is my soulmate.
Yes.
100%. Because it doesn't have to be romantic. That's not what it means. Soulmates doesn't mean loving someone, like, you know what I mean? It can be anybody that you are spiritually connected to, that you know that you're connected to that person in some sort of different way, and it really does feel like exponential. It feels like a different kind of force, and that's how I know and I believe soulmates are real, because this girl, this woman, she's turning into a beautiful woman. She's going to be like 18 next year.
Shout out to this woman, by the way.
It's crazy, but you know what I mean? I see her as my soulmate, so I believe that they exist.
Have you guys felt that before though? Whether I'm talking in a friend aspect, have you ever met someone that you begin to know and it's like,
Doesn't
wow,
have to be a friend aspect.
Well, yeah, anything, and it feels like I know this person from somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, like this person was meant to be in my life type.
Is that what? Yeah. I would say so. Like, probably. I mean, for the vaguest answer possible. Yes, maybe no.
Yes, maybe no.
I would say so. Like, there's a lot of people in my life that are like specifically, like, obviously not blood related or anything like that. You know what I mean? And like, you know, you just can't get rid of them.
Yeah.
You don't want to either, but like, they're not like friendships that necessarily also come out of like convenience or like relationship. Like, I don't think relationships, like when I say relationships, it's not like romantic, just relationships in general, whether that's friendship or not too. But like, there's a lot of relationships in my life where they are like, they've exponentially changed my life.
Yeah.
The direction of my life has changed, and
Like, they were put there for
because
a reason.
of them. 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if that's the definition of soulmates, then I would say yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I do think Brooke, you made a good point about soulmates don't have to be romantic. But
I immediately thought romantic right off the bat
exactly.
too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, but when
That's
you
what I
think
told
of
this
soulmates, at least I think of like a romantic partner. Yeah, that's why I was like, no, they don't.
Yeah, no, and I get that. But
Right out of the gate. Wrong.
No, wrong.
Okay, this one is definitely romantically inclined,
Yeah.
and this question is love at first sight genuine? Okay, you said something
Genuine?
earlier, and I was like, this instantly made me think of this question. Is it genuine? Is love at first sight genuine? Which basically means, does love at first sight exist?
Exist in a way.
No.
Yeah, thank
No.
you.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
No, because if you genuinely feel this strong, big connection towards somebody the minute you meet them, that is infatuation, not love.
That's facts.
And that's honestly, that's all we gotta say. There's a simple answer. No, because you're not. Life is not like fucking Notebook.
Well, that's the
I
thing,
wish
right?
it
Why it's a
was.
movie. That's why it's a movie.
High school, you ask kids in high school, love at first sight to them is like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at
Because
that girl's ass.
that's how it
So
feels.
juicy, so fat.
That's how it feels,
That's
right?
how it is.
Bro, what? We had two different high school
kids.
experiences.
You know, that's how kids feel. Then they feel like they're playing the main character in a game, and they're out there.
We all main
and
characters.
Yeah, they see something and they're like, man, like they feel this connection. And hey, I'm guilty of it too. I thought that. Is it real? No.
Yeah.
Back to what Brooke said a couple podcasts ago. You gotta know someone's mind.
This is what I said.
Oh yeah, you gotta get to know who they are.
Shout out Tez. He said, like, he was like, I'm gonna use that in a song because I said on our live the other night, I like to get in bed with people's minds before I get into bed with them.
Yeah, and that's so important, bro.
That's
so important. The mind
absolutely.
is the most powerful thing out there. It's the most important part of ourselves.
It's like philosophical.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
It's what creates our surroundings, right? Even though the body may help with it, that mind is what controls everything.
Yeah, well, like good looks fade eventually.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Not mine.
actually, no one in this room's.
Yeah.
Drop your skincare routine.
Yeah, you especially
In the comments.
sir. I was going to
got
say
you.
that, bro.
I got you.
All
yeah,
right.
we'll drop it. But yeah, no, I feel like you got to really get to know. You gotta get to know anybody. You know what I mean? Like if you're like, I don't know, if you're looking at like a serious relationship, you might like hit it off with them right off the bat, and that's fun. Like that's a different feeling. Like there's been a couple times where I meet them in like the first 5 minutes, it's just like we've known each other for years and I've never met this person in my life. And that's cool. But I mean, if you don't have the same views, beliefs, core values, things like that, like that's where real love is when you are on like the same mission together and you have similarities in like what your values are and all of that, and that's not looks. That's not looks. So
even if you guys don't have too many similarities, you guys can get there.
This is what I always like to think about relationships where people like they always like for people that don't have much in common, and that's where the growth aspect comes in. Is that two people you were supposed to grow as your own person, and then once you two are ready, you come together, and that would essentially be marriage. But anyway, that's besides irrelevant. Irrelevant. Is that
I love it though.
two people are supposed to always stay in with their own interests, with their own goals, and with their own life. The other person is, you were right, what you said earlier, the hype man. They are supposed to support you no matter what. You are supposed to have your own two things, your own separate things that you two enjoy, even if you don't enjoy doing them together. If you try and mesh things together, guess what? Shit's gonna go fucking south. It's not gonna go the way you want. And two people always need to have what they love to do without the other person getting in the way of that. They need to support it.
I will mention, based off of like the amazing marriages that I've seen and that I'm around, that if a married couple, like this is like marriage, like, but if you have a common vision as two people and like a common goal as a couple that you guys are fighting for, that's a different level.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Completely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And even to get behind that, even if people slightly vary in that way, if one of them is completely supportive of that direction that person pushes, that's going to make them want to do it, right? Make them want to get over the humps of everything, right? So
because you guys are on the same team. Same team.
Exactly.
Same team.
And things like these are hard.
Hate the game, not the player.
Exactly, yeah.
Hate the game, not the player. Sometimes you can hate the player. Sometimes. But I don't know. Different
Just
story.
for a little bit.
You can hit the player?
What? No.
Hate the game,
you
not
can
the
hit them if
player,
you
but
wanna
you
go to
can hate
jail.
the jail's irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
Relevant. Okay.
But
Never heard of her.
So we got all good topics springing here. So
Exactly.
Yeah, this is a good podcast.
throw
Let's
some
crush it.
questions of life to add on to this shit. Okay. First one, second one, eighth one. I didn't even know where we're at. Can't remember. Can you always have ulterior motives, or can you just act selfless?
A big word.
I had no idea what it meant when I looked at this. I was like, I understand the meaning of it, but I need to look up the meaning of it, if you know what I mean. I was like, I have no idea what the Google definition is.
Being selfless obviously means that you do things basically because it's pure, it's your heart. You're doing things and never expecting anything back, never wanting anything back and stuff like that. But here's the thing. What I think, some ulterior motives, they can be major or they can be minor. Not that I think that everybody has ulterior motives that could be evil or good, because they can be either.
It doesn't have to be negative.
But I absolutely think that like you can be selfless without having an ulterior motive. However, I would be lying if I said I never thought about things that I could get out of something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You would be lying if you were to sit there and say, oh no, I never thought about this particular, outcome or this outcome or that outcome, because we sit there and ponder what could be, what if, the what ifs and stuff like that. It depends whether your ulterior motive is evil or if it's good. So if your ulterior motive is evil, and like, yeah, you can't.
No bueno.
You'll never ever
Check
be
yourself.
selfless. You'll never ever be selfless. But the way like I would describe like myself is that I am 100%. Like I am selfless because I like to do things for other people without expecting things in return.
Yeah.
I don't expect anything from anybody, but what I think selfless can truly like be is doing things that are good when nobody is watching.
100%.
And that is like 100%, like it is. Like I do that. Like, you know, giving a smile to every single person you see, nobody's watching you, nobody's going to see if you're being a bitch or not. But the fact that you're being nice or holding the door open for people everywhere you go, things like that. Like that one act without, you know, expecting that the world's supposed to give you a freaking medal for that. You know, it's the things that you do when people aren't watching that determine who you really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, our nature is to seek pleasure, right? And by pleasure, what I mean, will you get pleasure if
Like gratification is a
gratification? Exactly. I'd be lying if I would say I'm not selfless. Or I am. Like every time because
That you are, or that you are sort of.
Are you selfless or not?
Am I selfless?
I think it's
Am I
Okay, put it this way. In high school,
I don't understand this.
put it this way. In high school,
Yes.
there was somebody, you know, particularly a person that everybody likes to make fun of. Everybody, you know, that's how it is in high school. There was shit like that in high
Yeah.
school. We'll see it
ruthless.
going on, right?
It's so ruthless.
Ruthless.
High school's crazy,
Ruthless
man.
fucking shit. Were you sitting there not saying anything? Were you sitting there laughing with those people? Or were you sitting there going over to that person and asking them if they're okay?
It's a really
Yeah,
like,
I don't
specific.
even remember. I don't.
See,
think,
I remember this
not
because
once I've like tried making someone fucking feel bad or anything. And if
Well, no, but, like-
it does feel bad, you know, I would always go and because it's not me being selfless. It's not me being selfless because I think it's almost my duty to go up to the other person and comfort them in a way.
that just means you're
Yeah.
a good person.
well, that's what selfless is.
Yeah.
I think because when I read this question, I thought being selfless is
Well, you have no expectations when you go up to that person and you're just like like
no, but I know exactly what I'm getting out of that, which is the dopamine and feeling good.
Like you help someone.
Exactly. Exactly.
And now,
yeah.
is that to you a good ulterior motive to make yourself feel better?
I don't think about that.
Well, that's
Fair.
well, like they have to think about it. Like there's like two
It is.
little things here. Is that an ulterior motive? Do you have like it doesn't matter. Like I said, it can be good or evil, but do you have ulterior motives?
It's a subconscious one.
Because
put on the spot. I think it's
Genuinely, I'm
kind of
fucking
like
confused
I think
right
it's
now.
just whether or not you were genuine. Like
Yep.
ulterior motives or acting selfless or whatever that is. Like it's a character move. At the end of the day, like there's a great book and I'd recommend it to everybody in here. It's called The Go-Giver. And it just talks about literally like, you know, you have your typical go-getters, right? You just go after whatever it is. Kind of you don't really care of the outcome of other people, the consequences that can happen. You go and you get. But go-giver, the idea of it is you serve. Like you come out of a place of servanthood. And not like no faith involved or anything like that, but like serving people, like you help people, like you're genuine about it, and it's a part of your character. And when it's a part of your character, whether or not the ulterior motive is a good thing or if it's a selfless act, it kind of acts as both. Like if I believe in being a life enricher,
Yeah.
right? Like you have life enrichers and then you have well poisoners, right? You have people that are like, you know, nothing's good, everything's bad, you know what I mean? And then you have
Yeah,
life enrichers
yeah.
where it, like
It's a miss.
yeah, exactly. And then you have life enrichers, which are eternal optimists, regardless of the situation. And I'm not saying you can't be realistic, right? You got to be realistic, but if you're genuinely trying to enrich people's lives, the thing is you gotta understand that the more that you give, the more that you're gonna get, regardless of what you put out.
Yes.
So if it's negative or positive, you're gonna get the same in return. So if technically that's an ulterior motive, you want to give and put out a lot of good, whether that's helping people with business, you know, putting out podcasts that spread positivity, you know, reaching out to that one person that you know needs help. There's ulterior motives regardless, because you understand what you're going to get out of it is going to be eventually something good back.
Yeah.
so I guess that answers our question a little bit. No one can just be selfless.
Yeah, see, yeah, and I agree with that. I don't think it'd be a lie if you're saying you can be selfless.
Even Mother Teresa, bro, was amazing.
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
like selfless, right? But a lot of like, think about all of the good that she knew was coming towards her, you know, with her faith. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'd say I'm an eternal optimist.
Everything's good, man.
Yeah,
everything's good.
Kind of how.
It's good in every negative.
Well, even if bad things happen, I make it as a good, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like everything happens for you.
Yeah.
Not to
For a
you.
reason, even when it's painful.
I've heard that actually, like when people are like,
Tony
why did
Robbins.
this happen? But like, yeah, they're like, why did this happen to me out of everybody to me? But like, you got to think about it. Things happen for you.
Yeah.
So you can learn from it, or you can
Exactly.
grow from it, or you can do whatever you want with it.
It's like the victor mentality versus a victim mentality.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, people who like can't. Oh God, that whole thing just in itself just sent me into another freaking world. People
like podcast 2.0, here we go.
but like victimizing yourself.
It's tough.
I have a God. Oh God. Let's just move on. I can't talk about that.
All right.
Okay.
Like victim, it's something that has
It could be an addiction
encapsulate
too.
our society, right?
Yeah.
And it's something that people have now identified themselves as a victim. And in my personal,
There's also a lack of responsibility when you
Yes.
take the victim mentality.
yeah,
Yep. I think people
It's
who,
not my fault.
No.
Things like that.
Yeah.
People who victimize themselves don't want to accept that they hurt you.
Yeah.
That they are
Life's
the ones
hard.
who hurt this, or they are the ones who hurt that. People who victimize themselves are sitting there not wanting to admit or accept what they have done to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's one of my things is always, if I do something wrong or anything like that, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to question about what I did to make
Yeah.
the other person feel that way.
It's
Not
like the
the other
first
way
to own
around.
up. You're just like, it was something to do with me, 100%.
And
Not in a
that
bad
I'm,
way.
Not that I'm blaming myself, and not
Yeah.
that I'm saying like I did this, but I'm
Yeah.
saying you always have to take in consideration the things that you said, the
Yeah.
way you acted, the way you portrayed yourself to the other person to have a bad
Yeah.
outcome of the situation. You always have to be thinking about both sides of the fence.
Yeah. Because what was Newton's law? What was that? Every action has a reaction,
yeah.
baby. Let's go.
Simon,
Shout out
you
to Mitch.
knew that. It was in your brain there. I saw you just had to pull it out of the file.
Exactly.
So that's what was
Yeah.
coming up.
Yeah. No, I was like zoned out listening to him, and then
You're like, damn,
Came
this
back
is
to life
this
real
is
quick.
On your
amazing.
laptop. That's what he was doing. He was clicking on documents.
In his head, he was like this folder.
Yeah.
It was in a couple
Where
extra
is
deep
it?
folders. You're like, click, 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 click. Oh, shit. Click,
not
click, click,
there.
click. Damn it, Meryl.
but
Damn.
but yeah, no. Me and Jeremy had a conversation back a couple months ago about victimizing yourself and having that mentality, and I think it's because it's easy, man.
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's
Victim
the
is
easy
easy.
way
Yeah.
out.
We'll fucking
Dude, it's
support
so
you
easy.
for it, yo.
Yeah.
Nothing good
They
comes
sympathize. They
easy.
sympathize.
So don't take the easy way out.
This is a fire
Even
podcast.
though it's
Let's be
easy.
honest here. This is gold.
Yeah, no.
Rolling.
When you're a victor, you're
What
just a
commercial
winner.
is that?
Like, think about it.
Biscuit song.
What? No, it was a commercial, but that's probably
Oh.
also a song.
Yeah.
Like rolling.
That's a Limp Bizkit song, bro. Yes, it is. So
But it's
it
also-
is. Mitch
Someone Google
knows
it.
it is, bro.
Wait, isn't this Undertaker's entrance,
It was for a while, I think.
right?
Now we're on WWE. You guys are in trouble.
But
No, I thought his was a Metallica song.
really.
Or an AC/DC song. Sorry, let's move
All I
away.
can
Yeah,
think about
yeah,
when
yeah.
you hear like
Exactly.
metal song is that that song. Yeah, there you go.
Drowning Pool?
Yeah, whatever that is. That's all I can think
Bodies,
about.
It's called Bodies. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's all I can think about.
Okay. How do we?
Okay, 1 second. Have you seen karaoke of people singing that song, bro? Wait, okay, everyone, when you get time, search up
It's an
Bodies
investment of your time.
karaoke because you will
Bodies?
laugh your ass off. The song's called "Body" by Drowning Pool, and people do karaoke at the bar and they go, "Ooh, wah, ah, ah." Right? You know,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
so
that's sick.
funny, dude.
Throw down some tequila, and you're gold.
Yeah, and they get up there ready like they're in it, man.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why it's so funny.
Karaoke's a real deal.
Yeah.
It's a real deal.
Real deal. Real deal.
But yeah, no. Also, okay. So why do we do things we know we shouldn't be doing? I feel like if we had an answer to this, we would be fucking
Pleasure,
the
bro.
presidents.
Well, I feel, I was just gonna say, it's just like, it's sometimes you just like the risk, sometimes you just like the thrill.
being bad.
Sometimes, yeah, there you go.
Gang.
Baddie.
Bad to the bone.
We a baddie.
I'm a baddie.
You know what I mean? I don't know. You just choose to, because you've like, I don't know. Doing right is hard, and sometimes like you almost feel like you deserve to do something you shouldn't do.
You shouldn't do.
You're like risk it, bro.
I think
Do
a
it.
lot of that.
Whatever.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen?
What's
And then
the
you're
worst
just
that
like,
can happen?
all right.
Then you wind up somewhere in another foreign country and you never see
Oh
your
yeah.
family.
Have you ever seen The Hangover? Man?
Yeah. Hey, that's what's happening on my bachelor party. We're not going to talk about it, but we've already
All right,
planned
damn.
some things.
Yeah.
Jeremy
You take
is
some
not
you're
excited.
gonna
I'm
roofie
not-
everybody,
'cause I'm
and
not
then
like
just,
that, bro.
just end up in Bangkok. You're
That
like,
shit scares.
told you guys.
But
Like, what if we woke up and couldn't find you? We're like, we have
He's on top of
24
the
hours
roof,
to
man.
find
Just watch
Simon.
all the movies and you'll find him.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Child crossing.
but exactly. Why do we do bad things? Because I think it keeps us in our comfort zone, and that's essentially
Wait, whoa, no.
what.
No,
There's like a
things you
sense-
shouldn't be doing sometimes
Why do we do
pertains
things
to
we
coming out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Things you should not be doing that
True,
you
that's
know
a
you
fact.
shouldn't be doing.
Most of them are probably
Why do we do
outside of
it?
your comfort zone too.
Yeah. Sometimes you
Because like
wake
it's not
up-
comfortable to do things that you know that you shouldn't be doing.
Right? Yes.
You
yes.
ever wake up feeling dangerous?
Well, that's why I
Every
think
day,
You know
every
what?
day, bro.
danger zone.
Oh, facts.
Yeah.
I think some people
It's in our nature, though.
it's
in our nature.
it's in the
Like, have
nature.
you like the classic saying, like "sinners saved by grace"? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like if you want to use that, 100%.
we all sin.
We all sin.
We all
it's just,
sin.
It's
Yeah.
part of our it's part of our nature.
And
So
then I
feel
would
like doing
go
the things
to a
wrong, we
place-
almost think that it's just like natural. So you're just like, yeah, whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
We're good.
Well,
Minor.
it's the dangerous side. It's the side of the adrenaline, the whole entire everything that's going on in your head. Right? You're sitting there and being like, I know I shouldn't do this, but guess what? I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And you do that. A lot of it.
You scream YOLO right before it too.
YOLO, fear
Bring that back.
driven. You're right. It is just. I think it's just the internal fact that you shouldn't be doing it. So
Yeah.
that's gonna drive you to do it even harder.
Also, a lot of
Risky
times your
business.
friends are doing that too. So you're like, well, fuck. If Jeremy's doing it, why can't I?
Well, exactly. It's
Oh, that's a good one.
influence.
That's a fair point.
Influence,
good
environment.
Yeah, Jeremy, if you're gonna do it, I want to do it too, man.
influence, bro.
Outing you on the podcast.
No. But,
And also, if it does pertain to any other context of a lot of people like their home life, things like that. If you're not allowed to do something,
You
gonna do it.
immediately
This
do
is-
it when
yeah,
you leave.
exactly.
this is my mentality, bro. Strict parents raise sneaky kids. I am a sneaky bitch. You ain't never gonna see me coming. That's how it is.
I think we all know that by now.
I didn't, but now I do.
Dude, I'll pop up right behind them sometimes and they'll fucking
Oh, like literal sneak.
Also little.
Like literal sneak.
Exactly. She's like this big,
No, she's a beast in the gym.
but
now.
she is a beast in the gym.
Yeah, watch out for the
Awesome stuff.
pythons.
Yeah, she's pulling up with. She's gonna have 18-inch biceps one day. Then what are you gonna
Holy.
see?
I don't even think I would
Mike
want
Tyson
18-inch
out there.
biceps. I'm actually afraid that my tattoo is going to start stretching if I get big. It's right on the bicep.
It'll start doing like an embrace, a nice bigger hug every time that you flex.
Yeah.
What do you?
Bear hugging people for dominance. Like, yeah, who's gonna let go first, eh? You know when you give someone a handshake and
it's firm
some
as hell.
some people look you dead in the eyes like I'm the alpha, right? Brooks
Yeah,
got
see,
that
when you do that though,
swagger.
you're never really the
What?
alpha though. That's a different subject.
I think people who are actually alphas.
You just fuck.
I think people who are actually alphas
You're the beta.
don't try and make it known that they're alphas. I think that's like I don't even think there is such a thing as
Yo.
alpha and beta. Like that's such a stupid thing to me. And you know why it's stupid to me? And you know why I'm fucking annoyed from it? Because the boys at the house, all they do is go, I'm alpha. I'm alpha.
That's
No,
true.
I'm alpha."
That's so true. That's so true.
Yo, that's so funny.
Like, bro, if you were really, and they're like, you know that thing on TikTok that was going around like super straight? Okay, there was a thing that was going around. People were like, I define myself as super straight. And all the boys, it was only the boys could do it. And super straight being like, technically like a gender type of thing that was going around on TikTok. And I was just like, the boys in the house were saying it. They were like,
We have too
I'm
much
super
time,
straight.
bro.
I'm super straight. I was like, guess what? That super straight energy is given super small energy. Like, chill.
It's not BDE, bro.
Yo, that's so funny. I always think about that. Like sometimes the boys at the house, tarps are off. They're
Tarps
looking
off.
at each other like, you know, it's primal, bro. They're
Dude.
like we're watching Planet of
I
the
love
Apes,
them
man.
though. Oh my gosh.
And we're
Planet-
We are
screaming like
Kong, bro.
apes,
We are
man.
Kong.
We're going,
Watch out, Godzilla.
We literally
like,
had a whole entire marathon of Planet of the Apes, and
6
Jeremy came
hours.
over, and we were up to like 4:30 in the
I'm not
morning. But it
gonna
was
lie,
so
though.
funny because we were all sitting there. We were all sitting there like every single time. The baby monkey in the second movie, the
the baby.
We named that
The
the
baby.
baby,
The baby.
and also we would just sit there all night and we'd be like, ape strong together.
It's strong together thing. Yeah, that's so funny.
But no one can roar like I can.
No,
Let's hear it right now.
Sounds
Let's hear it right now.
Do it.
Do it, bro.
Do it.
I'll
Do
do
the
it
roar.
after
Do it right now.
I'll do it. That's
right.
I'll do
something
it after
only
the
not
podcast.
everyone can see. It's very.
It's privy. It's privy.
It's a little
All right.
privy, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
bet.
But
I'm not gonna lie though.
what?
The idea of like alpha mentality is just a winner's mentality, bro.
Yeah.
It is.
That's
a winner.
all it
agree.
is. Like,
I
I mean,
agree.
you don't have to be like the thought process that like you absolutely dominate everybody. Like, you know,
That's
what I mean?
over-
Like,
But guess
doing
what?
it, bro.
Guess
you
what?
can-
Stay humble.
Yeah.
Stay humble.
yeah, like think of the Rock, bro. Fucking that's alpha.
Yeah.
The Rock is
Oh,
alpha,
man.
man. But like,
Does he
even
go
you know,
around being like, I'm
he
alpha?
doesn't. He doesn't
No.
tell you
You know
that he's
people
alpha.
that don't throw it in your face, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're humble.
They're alpha by their actions.
Actions.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Quote it.
Quote it.
Hell yeah.
Live by it.
Yeah.
No. but yeah, no, we're gonna ask some audience questions that you guys have suggested. We want you guys to be as involved as possible. Therefore, you guys suggested some great questions today.
Shout out to you
this is
guys.
gonna be a good
Shout
one.
out to you guys.
Yeah,
shout
exactly.
out
Thank you
everyone.
so much, honestly. But what is your biggest insecurity? So, we are quite transparent
Yeah,
over
that's
here.
sweet.
Quite transparent.
We're quite transparent.
Quite transparent, I'd say. Well, I'd say that my biggest insecurity is, okay. This is actually like, everybody has insecurities.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, if you don't think you have insecurity, bro, do some self-reflection. We all got them, man.
I'd
be real.
say my biggest insecurity though is something to do with my physical appearance, and it is like my biggest insecurity, and I wouldn't say like, I don't have a lot of insecurities. I'm pretty confident with myself and who I am. But obviously, like I said, we all have insecurities. And my insecurity is definitely like my teeth. I don't have straight teeth. And everybody, like, you know what I mean? It is just a thing that people want to have a perfect smile. People want to have straight teeth. And you want to be the one to fucking smile with teeth. But that is my thing, is I'm so insecure. I'll never ever fucking smile with my teeth because they're not straight like a perfect smile.
Bro,
would
you were
be.
cheesing all the time at the gym.
Yeah.
Teeth and all.
Seven-
Bro, I'm a
100%, like all of the time. All of the time.
You can see.
But I smile with my mouth closed all the time, every time, because I am insecure of my smile. Not insecure of
Fair.
my smile. I love my smile. I have a great smile, but I don't have great teeth.
Fair.
Oh.
Go on.
Are we going around the horn?
Yeah, I think audience will appreciate
But does that mean I don't think I am any less beautiful than people with straight teeth? No, absolutely. I'm a
Hell no.
fucking hot ass
Okay.
bitch. Like, okay, next. Anyway,
Megan Thee Stallion here, everyone.
Amazing.
Biggest insecurity. Okay. As a joke one, that genuinely my feet,
Why-
because they're mangled. Because I
What'd you
I
do
always
to
wear socks. I just from playing football and baseball and getting stepped on, like just
Oh, okay.
sports, jumping,
Like
deadlift,
punctures and stuff?
everything.
Like from cleats?
Well,
Or-
yeah, dude, my toes are all busted up and everything, but that's just being funny.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
on
but the
bus.
my genuine insecurity. Okay, something that I worry about. I'm mentally very strong with myself. Like that's something I've always
Yeah.
been able to use to overcome things.
Yeah.
But I have this insecurity, and it tends to be more in a standpoint of like when I'm working or anything like that. I typically will do a job either at par or somewhere above. I'm always trying to be above. But my insecurity is I can't, to myself, I'm constantly telling myself that you're below. And like, I guess it's a complex of viewing myself as,
Like inferior?
Yeah, in a way,
Yeah.
but not in a ton of. It actually might have a representation in life. It's just something I've always felt that when I. It's so hard to explain to people because it, may not make sense, but just an inferior feeling at times, not all the time, but that's my biggest insecurity is, even I'll look in the mirror sometimes and, my body in particular, and I'll feel that way, like Brooke was saying. And then I'll like go to work and something and I feel like, everyone's doing better than I am. I just have that insecurity of being inferior that I start to believe it in a way. Maybe that's on insecurity, but it's.
Hey man, you can use that as a crazy drive to be like the best in your field.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
That's
because I can certainly relate to that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can always do better. You know what I mean? It's like that mindset where it's just like, this was great, but it could be better.
Am I giving this all I got? Like questioning yourself. Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
Alrighty.
It's a good question. Honestly, whoever asked this question, like shout out to you.
I would love to have. I even told the people on our Instagram we will be giving them credits for the question.
Yes, we will be.
You deserve all the credits. You deserve all of them. I would say
my phone, please.
Like
right there.
Biggest insecurity. Probably very similar, like feeling that like not good enough.
Okay. Yeah.
Would probably like I thrive off of people telling me I can't do stuff. I thrive off of just trying to be the best, going the extra mile, all of that stuff, right? But like I didn't grow up with a dad. Like he left my mom when we were super young. He was 19 at the time. My mom was 19 at the time. Fair enough. Like when I turned 19, I was like, I couldn't imagine having a kid right now. Like goddamn.
I feel you.
But and like it's an insecurity, but like I use it to my advantage. As much as I can, but like it's there, like it's always there. It's kind of like the thorn in your side type of deal. You know what I mean? So it's like
chip on the shoulder.
Yeah, in a way. So you can always like, I'm not necessarily good enough. I could do better. But like I only see it peer in technically when you compare.
Yes.
Like when I'm comparing to somebody, well, that's the thing. That's the thing. You don't know other people's lives
I think
you don't know other people's lives. So naturally you do it. Because like you want to like you eye yourself up, right? Like the guy with a BMW or whatever, like the 6-figure income or like multimillionaire, nice house, all that stuff, or like just a good communication person, and you're just like, damn, bro, like that's amazing. But you immediately compare, and then you're like, could do better. I need to do better. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm there sometimes for sure, but it's when you use stuff to your advantage, like insecurities to your advantage. They feel like, I don't know, they feel less like insecurities.
Yeah, no, I get that totally. You gotta
I'm not a monster though, so
having insecurity, it's fucking normal. You gotta accept
totally
it, right? What is my biggest insecurity? By the way, this question is by Ashley Elizabeth. So
thank you.
Shout out to you, Ashley Elizabeth.
Yeah, the size of my arms and forearms as well as I cannot communicate for shit. Like I just want to go on a little tangent and not at the same time.
Because you're a genius, bro.
No, man, it's I being honest, today I didn't want to shoot the podcast because I just don't think I can communicate too well.
Dude, I came in here angry as hell. I was literally about to be like, I'm not doing this shit.
You're here and you're doing it. And I'm going to relate back to one of our previous questions. You do hard things. You do the things that you don't want to do.
Exactly.
And that's how you win.
Yeah, you gotta fucking do them. You gotta put yourself in the position that people, like if I didn't do this, Jeremy and Brooke, everyone else would hold me accountable, right? Yeah. And you gotta get
also, I showed up early, so it'd have been really awkward.
Sorry, not happening, bro.
Yeah. Hey Austin, how's it going? I'm not doing it today, bro. Cheers. See you later, man.
but yeah, no. I'm learning how to communicate better, and it's gonna
it's a skill
with time. Yeah, exactly.
It's a skill. So like if you chose not to do this or whatever, like, by the way, it's funny that you say that because when I met you at the gym, dude, you were like so genuine. The conversation was great, like great talking points, all of that. Like it wasn't an awkward conversation. So for whatever it's worth, there you go. It was a good conversation.
Great people.
He's a great, like, yeah.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely. You're a people person. Or like, you got great people skills.
Yes.
Great people skills, yeah.
It's a skill.
Thank you.
So
People love to be around him. That's how it works.
Oh.
You know,
I don't think I'd be here. I don't think I'd be here.
He goes to the gym and that's his most safe place to talk to everybody. He wants to go and talk to everybody, but then when he comes in the room, he's like, "Oh no, I can't do this. I don't want to talk today." Like, why the gym?
We all
I'm
have
just
safe
kidding.
places.
That's just
It's like commonality.
really random.
I think it's commonality.
It is.
Because everyone at the gym is doing the same thing. They're working out in
Yep.
some
Yeah, that's
capacity.
true.
So you immediately have a talking point where, like, if you're, I don't know, you're walking down the street. Hey, how's work today? Oh, you didn't work?
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you do
That's
today?
weird.
You know what I mean?
That's
Some people are like caught off guard. I do it all the time.
Yo,
I do it all the time. I talk to people all over the street. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
Oh,
And
I
they're
talk like that, but no,
oh.
but the tone you used just now, you were
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you
okay,
were like,
that's
he
when
was
it's weird.
literally like,
That's
hey,
when it's weird. Don't do that.
how you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Are you gonna fucking eat me or what?
Hey, what's up, mama? How you doing?
yeah.
But yeah, no. Another great question. What makes a life fulfilling?
Nothing.
By
Bro.
Carter Oreo. Shout out to him.
People.
Carter Oreo.
People,
People do.
experiences and
It's
people.
people.
Your experience of your life and the people in your life and the experience that they will give you or the experience you give yourself, that is fulfillment. You will only find fulfillment within the things that you do for yourself.
What do you have to say?
It's experiences and people. 100%.
Right? Yeah.
The reason being is because you don't take anything else to the grave but memories and how you treated people.
Exactly.
No matter what you did, all you remember is the impact that you had on people. Also, people are the only reason why we're sitting on this couch. And we have a roof over our heads right now. And we've got cameras rolling. It's like everything is created by people.
Well, it's like that
Exactly.
People
one
are so
thing-
important. Relationships
yeah.
are so important. It's like the quality of your life is based off of your
The
relationships.
quality of your life. And exactly, it's like that one thing that went viral on all platforms about the old woman on her deathbed. And she was sitting there and she said, sitting now here on my deathbed, I wish that I didn't get that new phone. I wish I would have spent my time with people instead. Like, you're not going to sit
Yeah.
there on your deathbed wishing that you got the new iPhone, that you
Or spending
got to
like
go
7 hours on
all
Instagram.
these trips versus everybody else. You're going to be sitting there wishing you had
Exposed.
more time with the people that you loved.
You can't put possessions in that casket.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, no.
And like drive though is a big thing. Like I think part of like it's fun to accomplish things with
Yeah.
people that you like. Like I think experiences can be anything. Like could you imagine the experience of completing a dream? Like
Yeah, dude.
whether that goal is to build this brand to 1 million and then you hit 1 million, it's like what's next? You know what I mean? Like that's a
Yeah.
fulfilling thing.
Right. Right.
Especially if you're doing it with people that you enjoy being around and that you're doing it with. So I would say, yeah, it's multivariable.
Though I would say, if the question was what makes a day fulfilling, I would say productivity.
Oh
Ew.
yeah, 100%.
Right. I mean,
We can have opposing views.
I agree with you on that because I write before I go to bed every night. I write my things for next day, what needs to be done. I'll add stuff throughout the day. But if days I check all those boxes off, you feel real.
No,
good
you
after.
feel really
Oh, yeah.
fulfilled after actually having a very
Yeah.
productive day and actually
Yeah.
doing so many things. Because you're just sitting there like, holy crap, did I really just actually do all of those things today? Did I just bring myself out of the goddamn hole to do all this stuff? Yes,
did
I
it.
did.
Back.
Pat myself on the back. It is actually really fulfilling when you do.
Even if it's just laundry.
Yeah.
For real.
That's a
I'll
hard thing
stand
to
with
do.
that. I'll sit with that one.
like,
Challenge, man. Laundry sometimes. Whew.
exactly. Or just making your bed.
Waking
Like,
up.
Yeah, that's
Just
mandatory.
waking up in
That's a
general.
mandatory morning thing.
Yeah.
It's a habit.
Something I'm thinking of doing is on my headboard, I'm going to write made my day equals 1 winning streak or win streak.
You got to go 1-0 every day.
Yeah, at least that's 1-0, right? And then
Catch
it builds from
dubs,
there,
man.
kind of thing.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean like you did one thing. Like you can do more good things that are productive towards your future than
That
bad
too.
things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yesterday was the past. Today is the present. Tomorrow is the future.
I don't believe
Exactly.
Tomorrow's a mystery.
Live every day just by the day.
Facts.
Yeah, one day at a time. If we can give life vast amount of meaning, what is the meaning of death? By Keeson Corey.
Damn.
Keeson, what's up, buddy?
Keeson's a philosopher. out
Yeah,
there,
no,
bro.
He's
shout
out
out to
here.
Keeson.
Shout out Keeson.
He's got the look of a philosopher.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
Yeah.
If we can give life.
Oh yeah, I
Vast
forgot
amounts.
all of us know Keeson here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a beauty.
He's a beauty.
Yeah,
Exactly.
great shoulder workout.
It's his birthday, by the way.
It is.
Yeah.
I said
Today?
happy birthday
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Oh, it is.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday,
to you.
Keeson.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, boy.
Boy, I actually
Boy.
I was like, happy birthday, my guy.
I think life has such a vast amount of meaning because we live in it, right? It's something that we can associate experiences, things, everything to, right?
Yeah.
But death, that's that door at the end, right? And I think,
It's also inevitable.
yes, it's
You-
something that happens the day you're born, you're dying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's starting.
Slowly.
That clock's ticking whenever it pops.
Can't buy more of it.
So live it like it's your last. But the thing is, I think the meaning of it is when you get to that experience, have you viewed your life as something that you've accomplished what you wanted to up to that point, and set realistic things. It can't be like, oh, I want to be a millionaire by 14 years old, you know, and if you die before 14, you know,
Pissed.
oh, you know,
And that's where you use your insecurity to your
Yes.
advantage.
yes.
Because if you don't, if by the end of your ropes you're sitting there thinking you didn't accomplish enough, then you did not get over your insecurity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point.
It's a fantastic question.
Exactly,
Actually, the
yeah.
reason why is because death gives meaning to life. Because without death,
cycle.
life is
Nothing.
meaningless.
Life is nothing,
'Cause
exactly,
if you
yeah.
can live forever, there's no point in having
Right.
a purpose because you live forever. So when you know that you have a limited amount of time, you care about your priorities. You care about your dreams, and you actually
Yeah.
go for them. You know what I mean? And then I think the beauty, like the meaning of death and how you can use it to your advantage as well is John Maxwell actually talked about this a lot, is if you start, you got to start in the end with the end in mind to actually move forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
get
So
that.
you gotta go through, like, what do you want people to talk about at your casket, at your funeral, and then use that
About my fat
as fuel.
ass.
She got one hell of a peach. Like, see you later. Life worth living, baby. Let's go.
they got her turned over face down in the casket, bro.
That one open side, you're supposed to see the face as her ass. It's like, that peach. She did it. She accomplished that dream. God
You
damn.
go, girl. Pop off.
Shit.
Amazing.
You ever seen those memes where it's like the guy dies and he's laying in his casket and he's like, a girl at the funeral is like, man, I would have let him hit, and he wait.
He's like, wait a minute.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's so funny.
Amazing.
But yeah,
Oh, do you ever think about like, you know what I mean? Like, what was it? Juliet who said it on last? I can't remember if it was Juliet or I think she said, the saddest thing about death is that, you know, you're the only one that doesn't get to experience your death. Everybody else around you gets to experience your death. And I think about that, like, right? Who are going to be the people to come to our funeral? Like, if somebody,
Yeah.
I think the people that truly love you are the people who are going to hear that news living 10,000, 12 miles away. They're going to drop what they're doing because they loved you as a person, and you guys haven't seen each other in years. But that's what I mean, is it's all about the connections that you do make along the way, and
Yeah,
who's going to drop their time to come to your funeral.
yeah, no, that's a great point.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of people, when they're living, they don't know what comes after death, so they totally forget about death. But I think
Well, they purposely just don't try to think about it. They're like, bro, no way.
Totally forgot we were dying.
Yeah, let's talk about Friday. Let's talk about Friday.
but I think having like knowing, because eventually a person dies and that's a reality, you
You don't know what you have until it's gone.
yeah, you know, that so having, you know, being a good person, having a sense of hope, right? You know, meditating, praying, because connecting yourself to your
Higher self.
higher self, exactly, you know,
Yeah.
those are some ways to, you know, balance out life and death at the same time, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, dude. Like, I personally just have I have a Christian faith, but like personally, I just think it's like at the end of the day, I'm just going home. So while I'm here, just live boldly, have as much fun as possible. You know, go out. Like, have you guys ever heard of the man in the arena? It's a
No.
great quote. You guys should Google it. It's great. It's amazing. But yeah, it drives me 100%.
But yeah, no, that's all we gotta say, I think.
This is great.
Oh, we go. So we're gonna
It's
go
amazing.
into our quote of the week.
What up that week?
Okay, our quote of the week this week is mental health is not a destination, but a process. It's about how you drive, not where you're going. By Noam Shpancer. Shpancer. Spangle dude. Okay.
Shpancy.
I think I saw this and I was like, yes, this. Because we always talk about how it's how you get there, not when you get there, right? It's how you do things and not what the outcome is. It's the journey of it. It's how you decide to display yourself, display your thoughts, display your mind, anything like that, which would be how you drive. And it's not aimed to get you okay, I can totally connect this to having an ulterior motive. If you're doing something just to get somewhere, just to want to
see
have
the finish line.
What's the word? I don't even know, but it's like putting yourself on a pedestal above everybody else. If you have that mentality and that's your ulterior motive, to be above everybody else and things like that, then you're absolutely only thinking about where you're going. You're not thinking about what the drive is and how the drive is. Because you got to everything. You got to take everything in life in just complex. Like, you don't have to think complex, but everything technically, in a sense, is complex if you want to choose to think about it or not.
Mm-hmm. Personally, my favorite quote ever.
Yeah, it's good.
About mental health.
Well, it's a process.
Right, exactly. I mean, the thing is, but a process...
Don't rush it.
Usually does have like a destination when it comes to mental health. Unfortunately, it goes like that.
Well, and the road, man...
What's like a goal?
What is that end?
Running over.
What is that crossing the finish line without the battles that occurred before it? Mm-hmm. What does it mean to you? Zilch. If there ain't nothing wrong.
It's like winning the lottery.
Yes. Your journey is buying a lottery ticket and it hitting.
What you did along the way got you to where you are going.
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say is, unfortunately, when it comes to mental health, there's not really a destination. Your mental health goes up and down, and it's in phases.
It's a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
As scary as it sounds. And once you start to learn how to cope with things, it gets a lot easier. But
and essentially, in a way, coping is technically healing. Because you finally figured out how to deal with the things that you were dealing with. And not that, everything is linear in life. It's never going to stop. It's a process that's fucking, wild bullshit. But there is a point in your life where you're going to get to a place and you're going to be able to say, I'm okay. I'm at peace with myself.
Yes.
It does end at some point. Maybe not that's what I mean, but it's going to fluctuate all the time. Yeah. But for some people, it does end.
And the more tough things and the more right things that you continue to do, that you believe are right, or that you believe are things that will help mentally toughen yourself up, the faster you'll get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And the more prepared you become, right?
Yeah, you grow and expand your capacity.
Yeah. Alrighty.
All right, guys. I think that concludes our episode here.
Fantastic.
This was great.
I know. This was amazing.
It was a lot of fun, man. This is so good.
Exactly, yeah.
Did you want to plug your Instagram? You
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Take the
Absolutely.
free
It's
plug.
at Austin Aichele. Nice and simple. AUSTIN AICHELE. Let's go.
Slide in his DMs.
Slide
He
in
is
his
good.
His name will also be in the description as well, just in case you didn't catch that. But as always, I'm going to throw in my reel here, asking for some fishies, for some 5 stars on this podcast. Please leave us a 5-star review if
All
you
of the
support the
5
podcast.
stars.
All 5 stars. 5, 5, 5, 10. Anyway, thank you so much, because it would mean a lot, and I appreciate it. We all appreciate it. We appreciate you so much.
If you want to shop the brand, you know where to go at this point. And if you don't, it's Revere the V, REVEURSDEVIE, RevereTheV.com.
Ooh, owa, owa.
Yes, sir.
Owa. And please, guys, do not forget that there are millions of people who struggle every single day with the same things, or if not other things that you do. Essentially, what it is that whatever you may face, you're not alone. And we just want to remind you of that. Thank you guys for so much of your support, all of it. We appreciate it. Like I always say, we would not have what we do have here without the community, without all the supporters, anything like that. As always, don't be afraid to reach out in the DMs. Revere the V, Instagram, Paranoid in My Paradise, or any of our personal Instagrams.
Exactly.
We're always down to talk, always here to talk. And if you want to be involved with the podcast in any way, also just send us a DM, and they're always open.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Slide in his DM.
Wait, no, we need to say thank you to everyone.
Yeah. Also,
Thank you to Austin for being here. Thank you to Amon.
Thanks for having me.
Sure, yeah.
Appreciate all you guys.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank you guys so much. Ooh,
Appreciate
fist
you.
bump.
Appreciate
Oh,
you.
wait.
All right.
All around.
We're cutting it.
Don't
Peace
forget,
out.
love you guys.
you're not alone.